special friend to have.
Ben just wants to show his dad off.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say to you guys that I just came out of the referee's office over here, and I think I got you guys situated tonight for a win tonight, because a $100 bill in each of their pockets assures a win. So, where's Coach Murray? Thanks a lot, Coach Murray, for those hundreds that you gave me. Anyway, thank you for giving me the opportunity to spend 5 minutes with a group of kids who are at a point in your careers where you're at the high level of hockey. And it's just wonderful to have that opportunity to share something personal with you. And I wrote a few things down here. What I'm really here for today is to share a personal story of gratitude to an old coach. Now, I don't know how many of you are from Minnesota. I don't think a lot of you are, but today happens to be a very special day in Minnesota. Today is dedicated to be Hockey Day in Minnesota. And if you spent the day on your couch today and turn your TV on, you'd be watching games all over the state of Minnesota, from youth hockey up to Pee-wees, to Bantams, to high school, to tonight down in Minneapolis, Minnesota against Wisconsin, to the Minnesota Wild tonight, all honoring hockey players.
In the north, they're watching Duluth and...
In the north, they're watching Duluth up here, are they?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a really big day for Minnesota. Oh, I get you.
No, they're actually watching Western, but just to let you know that.
Excuse me for mentioning that. Anyways, I can't think of a more appropriate day to maybe honor an old coach. And I grew up in this area, 20 minutes from here, Cloquet, Minnesota. I'm 57 years old. And 51 years ago, I was sitting in first grade, and somebody brought a piece of paper to me and said, bring this home to your mom and dad, and if you want to play organized hockey, your mom and dad are going to fill this piece of paper out, report next Monday night to athletic rink, and you'll meet your coach. Well, the coach that I happened to meet 51 years ago is Jerry Couture, and he's sitting right here today. He happens to be 84 years old today, or this year. And you guys don't know Jerry, but I know that all of you know a person when you grew up as kindergarten kids, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. You all had a coach like Jerry Couture. Somebody who mentored you in the game of hockey, taught you the game from the ground up, all the wonderful fundamentals of learning the game. And those coaches are the unsung heroes in the hockey world today that never really get credit. They don't get the headlines, they don't get the TV headlines, and you never see them. Well, today, I'm here to pay gratitude to an old coach and give, pay back to him what he did for a lot of us kids. And personally, Jerry took us from kindergarten kids all the way up to 7th grade. I had Jerry as my head coach from kindergarten to 7th grade. Doesn't happen very often. You can imagine the impact one coach can have on a player, and it's carried through to the next generation, into my son, and it'll probably carry through to the next generation. I think the same thing might happen for this group of kids as you grow older. And you can look back at your career someday and maybe thank a person who was very important in your life and had a very profound impact to help you in the game of hockey. One last thing here. When we grew up in the game of hockey in northern Minnesota, it was all outdoor rinks. Had no indoor rinks back in those days. So every day we came to practice at 6 o'clock. Jerry and I were just talking about this. And we'd play hockey outside for an hour, hour and a half, freeze our tails off, get in the warming house, cry our eyeballs out because our feet were just frozen night after night after night. Hey, Jerry? They burned like a son of a gun. And we couldn't wait to get back to the next day to go play hockey. Night after night after night. This guy dragged us around Minnesota for 7 years, going from place to place to place to play hockey tournaments. And we had so much fun. And that's the special part about hockey. I think you guys can all, realize that you probably had that in your life as a young kid too. And you were inspired by some of those youth hockey coaches that were really responsible for where you're at today. I think Jerry is like an old bricklayer. He laid brick by brick at a time, building a foundation for lots of little kids to let them excel in the game of hockey, to be excited about hockey, to learn it. And he was the best teacher you can imagine. And back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, he was noted as one of the best hockey coaches in northern Minnesota for youth hockey. So I've come here today to kind of pay tribute to him in front of all of you. And I had we won a lot of trophies in our day as little kids. Well, Jerry never got the trophies, but I had this trophy made up. And it's a very special trophy, Jerry. And
Did you hold your stick like that? Like that guy's holding his stick?
no, you were a kid.
Backhand.
Anyway, on this trophy it says, to Coach Jerry Couture, an appreciation for your unrelenting dedication in coaching youth hockey. Thank you for your commitment in teaching us the fundamentals of the game, sportsmanship, and most importantly, for making lasting inspirations in the game of hockey we all love. So Jerry, come on up here and accept this. Can you give me a round of applause? You all know what I'm talking about. You guys all had this when you were young kids growing up. You had a special coach. And Jerry was one of those guys.
This is one of my special players. He scored a hat trick in every game.
You know what? I gave the referees a $50 bill back.
Jerry, we also have a stick from the Broncos here, and I know you're coming to the game tonight, so better be a Bronco fan.
You can Broncos. You can wear this shirt as well.
Just so you know, Jerry, I
I
coached his son and he never ever got a hat trick. All right, guys.
So thank you for letting me share that with you, and I think you can all realize